It's long been said that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. This is undoubtedly true. What is good looking to someone won't necessarily mean that another person would agree with it. That doesn't mean that it isn't beautiful or that it is worthless and not good to look at. It simply means that everyone is different. So why then, with this knowledge, is it so hard to accept ourselves and realize that we are all human and we are all different? And most importantly, we are imperfect. It seems like the more people try to tell others to love who they are and the way they were made, the more they try to conceal themselves, which is the most beautiful thing anyone can be, is themselves. With a ton of makeup and filters and the personalities they put on to impress their not-so-bright peers. In life, we always talk about how someone may have hurt us in any way and let us down. But the reality is, it is us who let ourselves down more often than we think, by the lies we tell ourselves, lack of adherence to our mind or our gut, by simply not respecting, trusting, or loving, or even listening to ourselves. Whether one is rich or poor in the real world is honestly irrelevant. As long as you're humble and have a good heart, you have it made, because integrity, intelligence, respect cannot be bought and are not traits everyone values. And if you're blessed to have them, stick with them. These days, there are so many things to conceal facial imperfections. Machines to shed the excess fat from your body, along with other cosmetic surgeries, followed by countless medication people take to ease their pains, be it physical or mental, all because they have a poor image of themselves. That's really, ultimately, what it all comes down to. Of course, they can give you millions of reasons of why they've come to that stage in their lives. Whether it's obesity, anorexia, depression, etc., the classic rough childhood, neglect, abandonment, things people said and did to them, and the excuse list is endless. However, ironically, for people who care so less about themselves and don't respect themselves enough to change their lives around for the better, they sure are self-centered. No one has it easy in this life. We're all going through something or have gone through something or some things that are beyond terrible at some point. But some of us realize that the world does not stop or revolve around us or a problem that we are facing that day. However big or however little, most people would look at this picture with a sympathetic approach. I do not have any, if ever. To sympathize with someone who wants to be in the situation that they put themselves in is ridiculous. So many people out there are content with who they are despite their conditions and what they look like. And some will make a conscious effort at trying to better their lives despite their circumstances. People will look in the mirror and be dissatisfied with their bodies without even thinking of how children in other parts of the world are starving. This picture in the same way could represent a starving child imagining themselves to be that fuller woman in the reflection. Everyone is so caught up with insignificant, irrelevant things in their everyday life that it seems like their world is ending. But if they just did a quick reevaluation, they'd see how stupid their little complaints are. Even if everyone got whatever it is that they wanted, they would still find something to complain about because they are insatiable and ungrateful. Humans will never be happy because humans will never be satisfied. If you can see and hear without difficulty, and you have all your limbs and can speak coherently and can read and write, and you're not battling a disease or a disability like others just fighting for their lives, and at least trying to enjoy the little time they may have left, you, with all these qualities, have honestly nothing to complain about. It's okay if you're fat and you want to lose a bit of weight or better yourself in some way, but if it's a healthy way in which it's done, not just physically, but mentally as well. Put yourself first and ask yourself, is this what I want? It's okay to do that. But when you obsess over yourself and find 20 different things that's wrong with you, you might just be an attention seeker. And you do have a few flaws, just like the rest of us. You're no different because we're all human. You're no different from the next person. Get over yourself. To those who struggle, sincerely, really struggle, those who have poor self-image and no self-worth is dangerous. It leads to all kinds of unnecessary entanglements. Things you just do not need. attracting the wrong people and uncomfortable situations just to prove something. And to who? Why? People like that just need to take a break from society and listen to themselves. Also, society is not always to blame. You can't control anyone or anything. People will try to bring you down always. It's not something that can be avoided. All you need to do is have faith in yourself, respect yourself, love and accept yourself, and especially the things that you think are your worst features or qualities. You will attract the right types of people, and the wrong ones will just fall away. And best of all, being true to who you are will always lead to a happier, more peaceful, inner and outer life.
It starts with you. It starts with you.